Hello everyone and welcome back. Tone here, ready to play some more Slice and Dice here. We are in the midst of another unfair classic playthrough. And we only made it to level 5 last time, which is about the slowest we've done in one session. The least progress we've made. And that's because it's been a really tough run, a bit of a dire run. And I think a bit of a low roll altogether on the runs, just making it very difficult for us. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But honestly, an extremely fun run. I do like getting challenged like this. It doesn't always feel great seeing a low roll like that. That like is kind of like on the outside of like the difficulty like variance curve. Because you're usually used to like the runs falling into like a certain difficulty, which I think is like a fun challenge, but also like quite reasonable. This one is like a bit more difficult overall, but we'll show why that is and look at where we are in the run there in a moment. Before we do that, we'll do my regular reminder that if you guys would like to support this channel and my other projects, you can do so over at patreon.com/tonehack, so feel free to check that out and show some support. But otherwise, we are in this run here, and we had a pretty tough set of curses to choose from. So we're looking at monster HP, where for every 3 hit points, monsters get +1. So basically everything has a ton of health. Monster rights +1. Which leaves some nasty sides for a lot of monsters, like this chest that could summon 2 bones, or this guy who has yet another side that does 3 damage to everyone. I'm really scared about this Cyclops. This Cyclops floor feels like another boss to me right now for floor 5. This is really nasty. I feel like the barrel's supposed to like lower the difficulty, but I don't think it does anything for this fight. Chest is actually interesting because a tier 2 item is awesome for our emerald shard, but that's too risky to kill this for. But I'm not even gonna go through the curses. The last one we have is defeated heroes return with 2 hit points next fight, which is more of something that hurts us late game instead of now, for the most part. And I will say, I think maybe one of the biggest mistakes I made this run is re-rolling our initial set of curses. We could have had Add Thorn and Wanded left sides. And the reason I didn't take that, and we talked about this, is because I don't have experience with it, even though I thought it was probably a decent curse set. And then I feel like I got slammed with the next one. Kind of feel like you should always be offered combinations where you can take like, you don't have to take like 6+ value curses, which is what I had to do here. And even when I did, I was only offered a 6, an 8, and a 10, which were pretty brutal. I feel like we really got shafted on the distribution of curses we were offered. I feel like that there are ways that could be smoothed out in the algorithm or something, but that is in the past. The other thing that kind of making this run difficult is our hero promotions and our items. We started with the Splint and the Mage, which I felt like were pretty good, strong starters. And I really wanted to upgrade my orange and my yellow, and we weren't offered any yet. And I ended up upgrading my 2 strongest heroes, which is like less of a benefit than upgrading what I feel like kind of my weakest heroes. So it's been a challenge. It's been fun kind of playing a ruffian in this way that I don't like to play normally, which is basically to roll this 5 damage and just let them die every fight. But this is way too reliable to roll as often, or it's way too unreliable to roll as often as you need to be able to roll it to actually play in that way. And so hopefully it doesn't punish us here, because this Cyclops is nearly guaranteed to attack the ruffian, and we might not be able to save them. But let's see where we go here. We're about to get a tier 2 item, and this means we get it twice, which is pretty nice. So this could be a really game-changing moment here. Oh my god, why game? Why? So origami does literally nothing for us now. I guess it has a marginal effect on the petrify, because it affects which sides faces will get petrified first. And then Sapphire Skill, upon death +2 mana, is not how I like to play. Although honestly, taking that and putting on a Ruffian will probably get us through a few floors. It just seems like such a waste with the Emerald, because it's not something that I'm going to want to use throughout a lot of the game. It's probably the only tier 2 we're going to see. I guess we might get offered like random tier 2 items later, which could be strong choices when we have this. But for now, I think I do have to take the Sapphire Skull. I just think it's actually pretty good right now, because the Ruffian's going to die. I'll put on the Defender, he's probably going to die here too, and this might actually help us get through this floor. But this is only good because everything else sucks. I feel like this is not a great item normally. It just works for us now. And I feel like that was another pretty big low roll. I think it's a low roll in general, but it's a low roll that kind of worked for us in our instance, because the things are pretty dire here. But let's do that, and throwing that on Fiend is kind of interesting as well. Or at least this one. I think the Defender might just die like really fast though to the Cyclops. And I think I have low incentive to try and keep them alive. We have to do 13 damage to this dude to get to his stun pit. Good, good. X's are obviously bad, but these are hard rolls to argue with. I don't think it's even possible for us to kill the barrel on a turn where it makes sense to, which means I'd have to attack the chest twice to get rid of this tough pip, and then do 8 damage to the barrel. Which I think even with... it might be possible with the Ruffian, but I don't think it'll be worth it. So we're just gonna have to try and defend this dabble. And survive the chest. Alright, you're doing 3 damage to everyone. Means the Fiend dies if I play this and don't defend. Okay, the Ruffian... Okay. This is actually a really clutch roll. So we just let the Ruffian die with that. It's going to give us 2 more mana. I think we take this. I probably block them with the Defender, or do I want to try and save the Defender this turn? I think I like basically everything else you can roll. I'm gonna reroll you and just hope we don't get across. What does this turn look like? I can always burst block the Fiend if I need to as well, but that makes this like a pretty bad side that we'd rather reroll for. Can I get to the Cyclops' pip? Is that possible? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 when you die. If you roll mana or damage, we actually do. Which would be kind of huge. Wait, is the Dabble just dying this turn too? I don't know if we can kill it. We could stop the Cyclops. Alright, let's go. Give me a good roll. Dude, this freaking game. Oh my gosh. You're only 5 damage, right? Yeah, we never even consider attacking you. Am I really using a bunch of my mana to keep people alive here? I guess we let the defender die so I get more healing. Okay, how does this play out? Or get more mana, I mean. We probably rely... I don't want to assume anything, but I think we have a good chance of stunning you next turn. If I can do 6 damage over the 2 next turns, we're pretty good here. The thing is, if we stun you next turn, we have to kill you the following turn, because I don't think we're surviving another hit from you in any state. Now... I don't have any good way to block the defender. Chests don't feel that balanced to me at all, and unfair at least. I'd have to do something like this. Defender dies, I have 3 mana next turn, and then what? I need to find 4 more damage, assuming we're going to burst the Cyclops. And yours might end up killing you. We have a lot of ways to do that. I don't think letting the Dabble die to do 2 more damage now makes sense, right? Best case scenario next turn? Well, hang on. Yeah, because we stun the Cyclops next turn, which means if we let the Dabble live, then we get 2 more turns out of them, which is going to be more value than 2 damage from the burst. So yeah, we do let the Dabble live because of the stun pip. It makes us a little less likely to hit the stun pip, but I think we're still pretty likely. The Dabble's going to do like 1 to 2 damage. The Fiend's going to do like 2... Ooh, how lucky are we actually? Hold on. What's like our low roll? Like 2 damage. And you die. Oh no, this is what I was factoring in. That gets us there. You're dying and giving us +2 mana. I told you this would actually probably get us to this floor. But man, scraping by and just surviving floor to floor while getting like no future benefits is a rough way to be playing this game. So I think this is the way to go. This is like required for us to get to the 6 here though. Okay, we actually got a fantastic roll for that, and actually we got a fantastic roll here too. If I bother re-rolling this, you already have a stun on you, so I think it's mostly upside. Yes. You have 7 health left. 3 mana, we need to find 5 damage. You got it. What a floor. The freaking barrel. Oh no. We gotta figure out how to kill the barrel. Imagine if we were playing with that Sandstorm thing and we lost because the barrel was still here, extending our turn. I don't know if this floor was winnable for us if we didn't have those 2 Sapphire Skulls, which is what's crazy. This barrel doesn't let up. Okay. On the surface, this floor doesn't look that bad. Dabbler and Brute. I actually like both of these. If this was our first option for upgrading, or if I could even have gotten both of these for first two, this game would be like feel completely different. Gosh, I like both of these guys a lot. I think I have to take the Brute just because the Ruffian is so bad. And I think there are probably more oranges that are pretty good. There's a lot of good yellows too. Actually, I think the Dabbler I might like better relative to the other oranges than the Brute relative to the other yellows. It's close. I think just going from a guy that dies every turn to one that like does okay damage and survives every turn, you can stun, like it just feels a lot better. I'm taking the Brute here. You do keep this. You both do because you're at low health. So let's hold the quartz. How much damage do I have to do to you? 4, 5. I have to do 7 to hit your Shatter Pip. This saves the Brute, which feels pretty good here, actually. As much as I really would like to find more damage. Oops. Not necessarily taking that yet. If I take this, then I don't have to kill the quartz this turn. But otherwise, weaken on the Fiend is pretty bad. If I take this, we have 5 damage right now. I need to find 2 more. Which is the Druid rolling one of these 3 sides. I think we do better by me just guaranteeing you get a better turn next turn. I could also re-roll this. Although the only time I end up doing more damage through re-rolling is if I hit this side. Or if I hit this again and then another side. The other ones just save me mana, which makes me do better in 2 turns, which is nice. And actually, if I hit one of these pain sides and this has a little more value, I think because of that I will reroll this. And do I want you to do damage? I think I do like you doing damage. Or is that too awkward with the quartz? We're trying to do 7 damage, and a lot of our damage is in multiples. I guess burn gives me an out to do a single damage if I need to. Okay, that works. I'll just do damage with you. Burn might end up killing my guys, but I'll go with this. This is a little more defensive than I like to play normally. This side's a little awkward too. I don't think it's worth re-rolling this again though. Is it? How much does this low roll screw me over? We can actually kill the quartz now. Three, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 from the burn. That ends up killing the brute. Unless the druid heals the brute. I'd rather have the druid reroll though. If the brute dies, they die. Let's do this. Okay, and that's fine. And then we should be able to kill a goblin next turn. Is that enough already? Sweet. Alright, we got everyone back. Our heroes are no longer dead. We actually survived a floor. That floor actually felt pretty comfortable because of the other ones. And I don't know if that was because I solely did the brute. I think because the floor before it was basically like another... like, almost as hard as like the troll fight again. But yeah, this works out. I think we move one of these over to the fiend now. And probably you because you're low health. Actually, I'll leave this on the defender. Because they're relatively expendable, and the Cyclops has a big cleave attack, which will always hit them. This will be a fantastic burn floor. I don't think these floors are common enough to plan around that, but it's something I always have in mind, that being able to burn these illusions feels pretty good. Let's see what our next option is here. We have the Enchanted Shield. At the start of each turn, self-shield 1. Feels okay on the Fiend, who has a few pain sides. It works pretty well with burn on anyone. It's okay on the Defender on floors like this, where they are going to get hit every turn by the Cyclops. We have the Lightning Rod. Replace the left side with 0 damage base, but it's ranged, charged, rampage, and pain. This can be a strong item. I've never gotten to make use out of it yet. Our squad right now can really increase the damage of this with charged, but we can't deal with the pain very well. It works well with Sapphire Skull if we want to go back to sacrificing people. I could see us throwing that on like the defender to give them like some strong side. So I mean, we potentially generate like 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7 mana. Which the thing is, when this is a lot of mana, we're not going to be able to use it very much. But it can be like one big hit. It's ranged, which has a lot of value. So I think that makes it a good solution for like snipers on some floors. And we can just like use it at like 2 mana if it makes sense to just like hit a few things for 2 to get like that rampage value. I think we take the Lightning Rod here, even though it feels like, I want to say speculative, but it's like a little like niche for us right now. I feel like the shield is like decent, like just guaranteed value, which is like, dude, we freaking take those this run. I've had enough picks where I've been like pretty low value. The Lightning Rod is also kind of cute with the skull. Whoever's holding it might just kill themselves to get some more mana. I think this could get us... I think it's going to be a desperation play on a lot of floors, but I think it can get us out of some trouble. And I think I do put that on you. You have a lot of health to use it with, and like you're relatively expendable with weak sides. I think the only other person I put it on is the Dabble, but you have less health and like other like decent damage, and you have like the mana sides that can pump it up, so I'll go with that. I think there are a lot of turns where we use that to like end the fight or like prevent the damage that they would take with pain otherwise. And look, we already have pretty great floor for it. So I think we burn, and then this probably helps us hit the Cyclops like really well. Because I'm already at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 5 damage, 14 damage to the Cyclops, which is enough to proc that. Wait, we're gonna use burn, so it's a little less, but I think it's still. I actually like this roll already. I was gonna consider rerolling the Fiend. Which I think I will. Because I'm not gonna use this for a second burst. I'm gonna use it for a burn, so 3 mana is fine already. Like technically you can whiff and this will still be decent enough. So we're gonna do something like this. I just hit you with the full 5. Is that your exact pip? Yeah. Yeah. You can just stun this dude. But this is like a free turn if we want it to be. This is equal to or less, right? I can't afford to play this again. I'm just gonna reroll this for some block or something, or damage, I'll take that. Cool. Slime Queen. Oh, this is probably pretty good in this fight too. I think there's some rampage sides. I don't know how we keep them alive through it. Burn could be good here as well. This could be a tough fight in general. Let's see what our upgrade is. Spellblade or Guardian? Like Spellblade doesn't look that good in our comp. We don't have much that we put Imbue on. No one. Maybe the Brute, which it doesn't even look that good. So they imbue themselves to get like basically +1 damage for a turn on something. Imbued Poison could be good for some boss fights. Probably not the Slime Queen, because hopefully she goes down fast. Regardless, although she has a lot of health now, so that poison might be well warranted. I don't think our damage output goes up that much with the Spellblade on flat. What kind of copycat sides do they have? Range Charge, Rampage, Pain. Copycat is actually kind of interesting. Really unlikely for them both to hit that. Copycat Growth is okay, but it's only 1 copycat, so it's not that likely. Self-heal or self-shield. Spellblade doesn't look that great here to me. And whoever I skip here, we get offered 2 of next time. I do think I'd rather have Ninja Juggler than Spellblade. They do power up the Lightning Rod, which is pretty good. Oh, I guess spending mana to imbue the Lightning Rod never makes sense. Because it does the same thing, charging it by having the mana there. Guardian is pretty good against Slime Queen. I don't know how good they are in general. like the Knight and the Warden. We're not going to see the Monk. Armor or Cleric or Dece. Statue... Actually, this is decent on the statue. There are a lot of good grays for us right now. I guess we can't really go wrong. I feel like there's more upside to me getting another shot at the oranges. What's like the low roll for oranges? Rogue looks pretty... not great. I'm actually like mostly okay with Gambler. Rapper's probably fine. I think I take the Guardian here. Now the question is, do I need the Spellblade to beat the Slime Queen? Probably most would be targeting that Poison side or a big Lightning Rod through their mana. Or maybe a double Lightning Rod turn with the Copycat is what we would be looking at with the Spellblade. Guardian has Cleave block, Cleave damage. The Engage field... Guardian actually kind of sucks, don't they? With these two blanks, don't look good without any side replacers for us. Yeah, I don't know if I can take Guardian, actually. There probably is a lot more upside to upgrading Guardian. The more I look at him a little closer, and he looks pretty bad. I do like this Cleave, but it's not that great, so we'll take the Spellblade here. Do you want this? Probably not. They are relatively expendable after they ditch their imbue. I might, like, give them, like, the big paint charge side or something. Oh, you have pain sides, and you're on the flanks for the Slime Queen, so I'll just leave it on you. Alright, let's see how this fight goes. I think these are good starts. I take this? Wait. You're taking a lot of damage, Fiend. With Spellblade roll their poison, I think that's actually huge here with the... That's like the main reason I took them this far, was the 17 health Slime Queen and being able to do a imbued poison. How do I not let the Fiend die this turn? I need to generate mana. What's my damage right now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Potentially 10. Even if I play this and burst block you, you end up just dying. I think the defender needs to roll a shield for you. I don't think I can afford to reroll this because I need to roll imbue to poison the Slime Queen. So I think I have to take the mana. We roll this looking for shields. Do I feel the need to reroll the Druid? Looking for some kind of healing for the Fiend? This is pretty good to find early in this fight. I don't think we do that. That's good enough, actually, so... pretty good turn 1, I think. I don't like how the Spellblade and Fiend are at such low health, but I think I'm happy with that. The poison procs the Slimer. Oh shoot, it happens before they roll? I was hoping that this guy would come in without attacking this turn. That's actually too bad. I like the idea of the Brute rolling stun. What is it, 8 health here and can like stun the Slime Queen or something. This is a good side though because it self-shields you while doing 2 damage. I think the Fiend needs to try to find self-heal or non-pain sides. I think it's too early to let you die with the cantrip here. Or not cantrip, with the Sapphire Skull. This is a pretty long fight. Yeah, I'm gonna reroll this. Probably heavy would be not great to see here, I think, but the stun would be huge here, and I think all these sides are pretty good. I think we probably take this. I don't think there's enough upside to rerolling for Copycat or Poison at this point. Yeah, that feels pretty good. I don't like the shield here. Although getting early growth sides is pretty nice. I think the shield just doesn't do enough value. What do I want from the defender? This doesn't feel that good enough to keep, so I'm gonna reroll you. I feel like it might be a decent side for them, but... Alright, we'll take your mana. I think we just take this. I'm not gonna reroll this for this stun at this point. I think we just kill the Slime Queen this turn. Which saves the Fiend. Saves a lot. You have 8 health. What do I have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I count this? I think I have to take this. But I have 2, 3, 4, and 3 mana. That's like 5, 6, potentially 7 if I wanted to use burn. So I actually can't kill the Slime Queen this turn before she acts. Unless Druid rolls one of these 3 sides. None of Spellblade sides improve that. This would not get me there because I can't attack the Slime Queen this turn. Or I could, but I'd have to divert something else to the Slimer to do that, so that doesn't help. I don't think I can. Stun would be huge, but that's really unlikely. I guess this wouldn't be bad if I'm not hitting the Slime Queen anyways, or killing her anyways. Lightning Rod would be good. Already I have 3 damage on Lightning Rod. What does Lightning Rod look like? 1... And I'm gonna assume like the Brute low rolls, if I want to re-roll them as well, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, technically 8 damage there. That's without the brute. I'm gonna reroll these 3 dice. Oh, I could reroll the fiend and let them die. I don't think that's the right way to go though, because I don't have enough pain sides. Actually, these sides are an extra piece of damage that I need. Hang on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That does it. So maybe I keep these and just reroll the fiend. The fiend has a lot of options that let us kill the slime queen, and then the druid is either going to help kill the slime queen or help the fiend not die. This feels good. Now they could roll X's and stuff, but I think we probably got about where we needed to be. Let's play this out. I'm just not playing the fiend this turn. I could have blocked the fiend to play this, so I think we're okay with that turn though. Brute remains at full health, which is pretty good if he rolls stun. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. It's a good roll for the fiend. This looks like a pretty strong turn. You have 9 health. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're already there, baby. Want to kill with a lightning rod? Lightning rod could be huge with Slimer splits. I'll reroll that. Yeah, I feel like that's hard to dislike. Oh wait. Got a hammer first. Can we defend you because of lightning rod synergy? A burn and a 1 damage lightning rod on you could kill all the slimelets, which would be pretty nuts. I guess this lets me protect the fiend to play this. I do 9 damage to you. Brute's not dying. No one dies if I kill you, so do I have 9 already? This is 6 total mana, which is 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I think I do keep it like this. And then I re-roll this, because there's nothing to copy here. Damn, I kind of wish I could afford to burn here. What does this look like? That looks really good, right? One mana wins, but I gotta... I don't have enough mana yet to... wait, we have enough to kill everyone, though, without the mana. I was looking for a way to keep the Fiend alive to play Burn. But this actually works. Oh, actually, I could do that anyways by doing this. No, I couldn't. But we got there regardless. Oof. Alright. Now that we've gotten out of that brutal early game, There's still a lot of nasty stuff abound, but I'm feeling a little more comfortable now that I upgraded my, like, heroes and we got, like... Did we use Lightning Rod last turn? I guess we haven't really gotten great items yet. The skull, like, served their purpose for one floor, like, hugely, which is why I took it, but we haven't used it since. Which is all you can ask for in some of these items, but I really wish I could find something that, like, really gave us some, like, added value. Let's see what we have here. Bone Saw. 3 damage Cruel on the top and bottom for red heroes. Pretty intriguing for the druid. It'd be a way to kill the ghost without hitting their ethereal here. Ironically, only because the ghost has extra health to make them proc Cruel at 4. Which wouldn't normally be the case. The only other person here that can do that is the defender with 4 charged mana, which they're unlikely to hit. On a turn where we also do 4 damage to them first, because we probably use mana to get there. Imbue Heavy gets us there too. We have to hurt the bones when you're down to 4, because Heavy won't hit them otherwise. We have Keep Unused Shields, which is decent on the Brute, because then these shields are never wasted. Well, they are if you never get attacked, but you can use them like the following turn, which is pretty cool. Otherwise, it's pretty bad. Random feels okay here. I think I don't care about the Quicksilver. I'm wondering if I want the Bone Saw. This would be pretty nuts if we found a Steel hero later, but we don't have any yet. What floor are we on? 9. We don't see a boss for a little while, because these Bone Saws can be pretty great for the bosses. What tier 3 reds does Bone Saw look good on? Not Fate. It's great on Forsaken. Probably take it on the Shaman. Sometimes it's good on the Witch. This weekend side is pretty... These sides are pretty strong, but somewhat situational. I think I like it on the Surgeon. Probably not the Doctor. Maybe Bone Saw is pretty good overall. I think it's marginally okay now, and it seems pretty good on a lot of the reds that we might upgrade to. A lot of the tier 3s are just, and 5s, that's a really big gamble. I think you pretty much assume that you're getting nothing when you get those, and I don't think we need a high roll anymore. I think I've sold myself on the Bone Saw. I'm gonna equip it. Everything else I think we keep where they are. We can stun the ghost, which I like the idea of a lot. Especially if I could like stun and make you ethereal. I don't see anything worth copycatting, so I'm gonna re-roll that. Defender. Rampage sides are usually pretty good when you see bones around. Because you can often get some interesting chains. Otherwise, I mean, 1 damage is just pretty useful. We might want to block for the Fiend. If they get one of these sides. I'll re-roll you. Okay, well, I'll keep you now. Probably keep all of these. This one's a little awkward. I might re-roll this, actually. And this is a re-roll. Is it? I think so. Because now we might hit growth here, so this isn't that bad of a side either. Yeah, we'll re-roll both of these. I'd like to break the ghost ethereal. But I also think I want to stun the ghost this turn. Like, regardless. Are we playing Imbue on anything? No. What does this look like? I just try to keep the fiend alive. That 2 poison is a lot. He's really limited at 2 health because of these pain sides. I think we do play it like that. I can always kill this bones and stun the ghost. But then the ghost will hit ethereal next turn. I guess there's a few ways around that still with the imbue heavy, this heavy, and these. What does that line look like? This does feel a lot better overall, doesn't it? We just have a troublesome ghost, but we're kind of kicking that can. Okay, let's do it like this. I like the flexibility of having the fiend not so hurt. Although I really need to either stun the ghost again. Is this a guaranteed ghost kill? No, it's not even close to one. I guess if I use burn, imbue this, and then do 2 damage to the ghost, which I can do with imbuing. No, because I have to imbue this. I'd have to find 2 damage somewhere else, so like a burst or something. Like 1 more mana. The 2 bones are killing the defender. He can block himself. That's fine. Okay, well this actually makes things pretty easy, doesn't it? Somewhat. Oh wait, no, I can just imbue this one. Everyone's at pretty good health. I think we want to play burn this turn regardless. So let's... Is there a good way to do that while playing burn? I have to burst. To not pip trip this early. This feels great. I'm down for it. That burn is pretty clutch for helping bring these bones down and do another tick to the grave. copycat. I think I re-roll this. And so I'll probably roll the copycat too. Actually, do I have like a lethal here with burn? Let's just check real quick. Pretty close. So I'm not going to re-roll that. I think we keep that. Well, the 3 side does get us closer. Maybe I re-roll that. We just look for more damage. I'll keep this. I'm going to re-roll all of these. I feel like stun is just hard to pass up. Even if we could find a kill this turn, I think this makes us like be able to just survive this turn pretty reliably. I can't use this and play burn, which is a little awkward. I can, but I'm gonna have to burst you, so... Wait, no, I did that wrong. It's really only like a 1 pain side, which is probably fine. And yeah, see, I could have just stunned here, but we got the kill anyways. Wow. One of the other floor 10s I see that sometimes is really difficult is 5 Sedules and 2 chests. Which I have no idea how the chests work. Because in balancing mode... Is that the one that we have right now? No, we have a 3 Sedules and a grave, I think. Oh, it does show it here. I was looking at this yesterday. Oh, that's so weird. I didn't think chest showed up in balancing mode. Oh my gosh. I might have a screenshot of it, I don't remember. The 5 Sedule one is exactly the same as this. So this number says it's like... How this works is it tries to hit some kind of like average expected damage dealt to your team or something. And that's what like this number is, and it has like a target, and that's like how it populates the floor with the monsters. And this is whether it's above or below that. So I think minus 0.02 means it's below that. The one with 5 Sedules was exactly the same. So it feels like the chests don't even like hardly factor into balancing mode. Like, does the game think chests are net equal? Because they absolutely aren't. They're actually pretty nasty. So, I was going to screenshot this, but we have this in the game. So 5 Sedules and 2 chests is 3 out of 100, 0.03, minus 0.02. Let's find... I wish I could get like a bigger list of these things. Like, show me like twice as many. I want to see 5 Sedules again. Four Sedules and a bone. It's the same exact thing. Now there's some rounding here, I think, or something. I don't really know how these actually like factor in. I wish I understood like what all this meant. I do like it as an example to see what the floors can have. But these numbers are the same, which makes me think that the addition of the chest is like almost negligible on the the balancing like scales, like the algorithm for populating these floors. Which just feels so wrong. They're like a force multiplier with curses too. Which makes them particularly bad and like unfair and to a lesser extent hard. Wild. I think we are at our stopping point though. And I'm really glad we have Fiend actually for burn for these illusions. I think it's a good thing we ended up taking them earlier when I did deliberate over them for a while. We're gonna get to upgrade our defender here, which defender's been doing pretty well. Just having 7 hit points has been pretty nice for them. They just haven't been like a liability that much, which has been good. But yeah, we'll do this floor next time. So feeling a lot better at the end of this one than we were at the end of the last one. Sedules were one of the floors that I was actually concerned about with this curse, because it's giving them 2 extra hit points. Like that 5 Sedule variant here, I think I would have been pretty concerned about. But this one looks a bit more manageable, but we'll see how it plays out. This is still a pretty scary floor, but I feel a lot more comfortable about this than some of the earlier ones we had. But yeah, maybe we're getting... I don't even want to jinx myself, but I was going to say getting to like the point where we're past like the hardest part of this run. I think the hardest part will still be like really unlucky monster right rolls and some really tanky bosses with this monster HP. But for the time being, I feel way more comfortable now than we did before, so this has been a fantastic session. But yeah, we'll leave this here for now, and we will follow up next time right here where we left off. As a reminder, I have some links in the description of this video you guys might want to check out. One of them is the Slice and Dice roll probability table I have, which is an excellent reference for this game. You can also find my Patreon there if you want to support the channel and my other work. You can find the Discord community. Lots of people playing Slice and Dice there, lots of Slice and Dice conversation there, which is really fun. But for now, heading out. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll pick this up next time. See you guys then.